Hello everyone, welcome to VSI Podcast. I'm your host Joyce. I'm the founder of Joyce and Friends Foundation. Thank you for joining us on this episode focusing on waste management. Waste management or waste disposal includes all activities and actions required to manage waste from its inception to its final disposal. This includes, among other things, collection, transport, treatment, and disposal of waste, together with monitoring and regulation. Today on the show, we have Miss Ellah, founder of Gown of Hope.
Hello, thank you for having me. My name is Ellah Jere. I'm an environmentalist as well as the founder of Gown of Hope, which is simply a community organization that is focused on women empowerment as well as climate change education. We have been making ladies' handbags, carpets, pillowcases, and this is just to ensure that we are also sending practical messages to people to say, you don't really have to discard plastics in this way because they're very harmful to the environment. They're non-biodegradable. They take years and years for them to actually be in pieces or degrade.
Miss Jere, what is waste management?
Waste management is quite an interesting topic to us because as an organization, this is something that we are constantly sending awareness into our communities. So it is imperative that we understand what waste really is. So basically, we can define waste as unwanted materials or any substance that you or I may feel is of no use. So that is waste. And we have different sources of waste, from our homes, from schools, from industries, from the markets, all these sources of waste.
What are the main types of waste and how best can they be managed?
Okay, that's a pretty good question. And we can simply categorize waste based on their physical state, either in its solid form or liquid form, and also how hazardous the waste may be. For example, liquid waste, we said it may include human waste, runoff flooding, sewage, or any other forms of wastewater from various sources. And then solid waste is any dry waste that is discarded by people or because they may no longer need it or just have use for it. And then I earlier mentioned to say it can arise from households, industries, commercials, even agricultural activities, and also from the streets. An example is our CBD. We've seen how congested it is with waste on the streets, even in the drainages as well. And then an example of liquid said, we said human waste. Human waste is biodegradable, meaning it can easily decompose off by biological processes. And also, the type and generation rate and characteristics of solid waste may depend on the source of the waste, and also just on cultural habits, and also sometimes because of the season. Like when we were talking about agricultural waste, for Zambia, we may list that to maybe December during the rain season and the farming period. Yeah. And then one thing is poor waste management could also result in various diseases, sometimes even accidental fires, as these environments may be a nuisance to conditions for the environment and also families. And then we are to task as citizens to properly manage our waste, which could obviously benefit the communities and the country at large. And then it could also be economically be beneficial. And by that, I'm simply referring to recycling and reusing the waste where possible.
Miss Jere, do you think as a country we are doing enough to manage our waste?
As a whole, I think we are doing something, but I also think we are not doing so much. There's a vast untapped potential that needs to be worked around on. Also, I feel there's more investment that should be taken to recycling as well. So I think we are doing something, but the efforts are not enough. There's need of paying particular attention to this, because it's a problem, and this is a problem that has also provided opportunities, and I also encourage young people to actually step up to these opportunities. And I would also like to make an emphasis on recycling. We have seen that the recycling industry has created hundreds of jobs as more people have adopted eco-friendly practices. Even organizations are at the forefront of creating and selling recycled products. And this also has helped boost businesses as well as create the jobs that we are actually talking about. An example is what we do as an organization. We recycle shopping plastic bags, where we make different items from the same.
Thank you, Ms. Jere, for joining us today. We have heard it ourselves. As young people, it's important that we begin being practical rather than just talking. And all this starts from our homes. Thank you for listening. Do join us next time.